guys, so we're in here in this thing. So I know you all remember this beauty here. Hey. And I'm going to leave all of her information in the description box below because she got this bomb channel with her daughter. Hey, boo. So, really quick, we are about to do this cut, right? But let's be very clear. I'm just going to start off and then she's going to talk to you guys. But we are not cutting her hair because it is damaged. Her hair is not damaged at all from this color, and I will show you guys before we get to cutting, even though I just undid the braid and I'm redoing it, so I'm talking to y'all. But we are actually, this was kind of something that was supposed to happen when we did the color initially, but her hair all long and luscious and stuff, so I wanted to color it long. But the first time when I did her color, she was like, oh, I thought we was cutting it today. So I am not like cutting her hair because my hair is short and I'm jealous, or I'm not forcing her to cut her hair or anything like that, but I will let her tell you about her hair.
I've been trying to get in this chair for a long time, okay? And then the books got closed and I was so upset because I wanted to get my hair cut for spring. Yes. So yeah, I cannot count on the number of I don't have enough fingers to count how many times I cut my hair. It's going to grow back, guys. Don't worry about it.
Well, hey, hello. Leave a comment and let me know how you feeling right now. Are you about to pass out because I'm about to cut her hair? Well, you guys, as you can see, it was not my idea. Okay, she wanted a very, very short bob. I ended up talking her out of doing it super duper short because I don't know. I don't like being a part of that spur of the moment type thing. I'm not saying she was saying it was going to be spur of the moment, but I didn't want to be a part of her regret. Okay, so this is what I was comfortable getting rid of for her. And at this point, 6 years later, her hair is longer than it was when I cut it. Y'all, hair grows back, but you have to have the proper routines and the proper patterns to make sure that your hair is strong enough to hold on to the length that you retain. A lot of times people are so scared of combs and brushes and everything because their hair is weak. But guess what? When you leave your hair just wet or just twisted in a braid 24/7 or in a twist 24/7 or smothered in at least 3-4 layers of products 24/7, the hair shaft is weak. So all that has to do, the only thing that has to happen is the wind to blow and your hair is gonna break off. That's what happens when you don't exercise your hair shaft. As you can see, her curls popped right back and her hair straightened. Her hair being straightened is not something that's only done with me. She straightens her own hair herself all the time. And as you can see, if the hair is done properly, the curls bounce back every single time. Okay, so right now the only thing I am spraying on her hair is camera leave-in conditioner. I am not detangling her hair. I am combing the conditioner through. There's a difference between combing and detangling. To detangle is to remove knots and tangles from the hair. She doesn't have any of those. I'm simply combing the product through the hair. So now I am around brushing her hair. I want you guys to go look at the first video of her hair when it was longer, right? And I want you to look at both processes. I'm doing her hair exactly the same. My technique and pattern is not changing based on the length of her hair. I am not holding the blow dryer any differently. I'm not holding the round brush any differently. Everything is exactly the same. As a matter of fact, let me show you. So if you pay attention right now, you can see that I am parting the hair the same with my fingers. I'm holding the brush the same. I'm holding the blow dryer the same. Everything is exactly the same. So that thing across social media where it's like, oh, we need these products for long hair, or these brushes for long hair, and these brushes for short hair. And if your hair is shorter, you have to do it like this. Or if your hair is longer, you have to do it like this. Or if you have long hair, you have to use this amount of product, versus if you have short hair, you have to use this amount of product. None of that's true. None of it. I don't do hair two different ways or different ways based on length, based on texture. And I'm also going to show you that in a couple of videos coming really soon. I'm going to give you a side-by-side comparison between her hair and someone of a slightly different race with a really different texture but still the same length and really thick. both of their hair is being blow dried the same exact way with the same products, flat iron the same exact way. My technique and my pattern does not change based on the texture or the density of my client's hair. The thing that always remains the same is the science of hair. So I want you to see her hair how it is right now. This is a great illustration of why you only cut curly hair when it is flat iron, because the way that her hair looks flat ironed and the way that her hair looks blown out and the way that her hair looks wet are three different looks. That's what makes curly hair so amazing. It's like, who are you? You got all of these different faces. Oh my goodness. But you need to master each form for all forms to be beautiful. And the main problem is so many people, when you say, oh, I have curly hair, which the majority of the world has curly hair, right? There are more people on the planet with curly hair than there are people with straight hair. People with straight hair naturally are in the minority, not the majority. Okay? So when it comes to blowing out your hair or straightening your hair, it's really important that you know the science of hair, so that way you can do everybody's hair no matter what, or your hair in any form. For example, when your hair is naturally curly, you're only supposed to cut your hair when it is stretched. So look at her hair and the density of her hair as it's blown out, right? It looks like a blunt cut. It looks like everything is super even, but it's gonna lie to you in a second. You're going to see it drastically change from blown out to straightened. And this is why so many people will get their hair, really, really long or really thick or whatever you want to call it, healthy. They'll think it's healthy visually, because when it comes to wearing your hair in its curly state, it's all about a vanity metric and how the curls look. But your hair lies when it is swollen, right? So it's imperative that a couple of times a month, or at least once a month, you are wearing your hair in a stretched state. And wearing your hair in a stretched state does not mean wearing it flat ironed. Let me give you an example. Here inside of the 7-day challenge, this is something that we go over at the very, very beginning. There are so many different ways that you can wear your hair. And do you see what I mean? Look at how many different lengths her hair is and how different her hair looks, going from it being blown out to it being straightened. Curly hair is stretched perfectly when straightened, and this is something that I need everybody to understand. It doesn't have anything to do with, oh, I'm not proud to be black, I want to wear my hair straight. No, it's about the health of your hair. All right, so this beauty here, she is talking about how her whole entire mindset has shifted being a part of the 7-day challenge. And now she is going from doing wash and goes and things of that nature to just doing a roller set. Mind you, she's completely natural. You do not have to have relaxed hair or super thin hair to do a roller set. We've been doing roller sets as Black women for years, forever, before all of the people who started the Team Natural community were even born. Our mothers and grandmothers were doing roller sets, right, on their natural thick hair. And it's something that's so possible, and it is an amazing way to keep your hair stretched, and it is an amazing way to keep your hair strong to the point where your sebum is able to travel from your roots to your ends. This is still inside of the 7-day challenge, and this is how her hair turned out after. I wanted to go through so you guys can see exactly how her hair turned out. She looks absolutely beautiful, you guys. You do not have to just wet your hair and walk outside of the house. Your only option is not a flat iron and a blow dryer. If you do not want to blow dry your hair, you can do a roller set, you can do a perm rod set, you can do a flexi rod set. I really encourage you guys to join my 7-day challenge. Links in the description box below. If you can't pay all at one time, once you add the 7-day challenge to your cart, go to checkout and get to the page that you're going to add your credit card information, and then scroll up a little bit past where you leave your credit card information and look for that button that says sizzle. Click on that sizzle button and it'll let you start the challenge for about $25. You guys, it's so worth it. But again, I want to show you exactly what I mean. Give me a 5 in the chat if you can see, and in the comments let me know if whether or not you see what I mean when I'm telling you that you need to cut curly hair when it is stretched. When you guys blow out your hair and trim it, you do not have the proper cut. And the reason that no matter how many times you cut your hair, you're still getting single strand knots is because you're not actually getting the ends cut, right? You're not actually cutting the ends. You can't really see what you're doing. So by you overly avoiding heat and blow dryers and all of that, you guys, you're doing more harm than good to your hair. If you're only cutting your hair, or if you're only getting a trim every 8 to 10 weeks, right? That means you only put heat in your hair every 10 weeks, right? Every 10 weeks, you blow dry your hair. It doesn't have to be a silk press. It doesn't have to be bone straight, right? You can straighten your hair on about 350 degrees, just enough to make sure that your hair is stretched all the way so you can really see your ends, because that's what it is about. When it comes to your hair is a fiber produced in the gut, right? By the microbiome, and the microbiome produces biotin, and the biotin produces your hair, skin, and nails, right? So if you allow the fiber to become weakened, right? If you don't allow proper hydration and proper oxygen flow, what happens is the fiber becomes weak, and the fiber becomes very, very prone to breakage. This is why a lot of people are like, oh my God, I don't comb my hair. Every time I comb it, my hair breaks off. Well, if your hair breaks off when you comb it, if your hair breaks off when you touch it, your hair is weak, and you need to stop packing your hair full of products, because the more products you add to your hair, the more you weigh it down. All right. I'm going to leave some links in the description box, right? But I want you guys to head over to my blog, and I want you to head over to my website and look at my testimonials and reviews, because when people stop greasing the scalp and when people stop oiling the scalp, the sebum shocks them. They're in shock that sebum actually comes out of their scalp. They've never seen it before, and they go from having a desire or a need, a desperate need to add oil and grease to the scalp every day, to being like, oh my God, I can't go past 7 days without washing my hair because my hair is so oily. So this is the thing. If you are a person who swears by oils and you cannot let go and you just love grease, you don't have to leave a comment saying that. Listen, you grease your body up until you slip and slide down your steps in the middle of the street, and then let the grease meet the sunlight. Oh my God, and get chocolate. Do your thug thistle, baby. I'm not here for you. This video isn't for you. I don't understand why you're still here. But if you are a person who is really, really interested in figuring out how to cure your scalp inflammation and really trying to figure out why you keep hitting that growth wall, then I need you to really, really look into either all of my older videos, joining my 7-day challenge, heading over to my website, reading my free blog post, getting some of my ebooks. I have so many different options for you guys, but the number one thing that you have to do is really begin to learn your body and set up new routines and new patterns. Again, you do not have to get your hair straightened every week to have healthy hair. But if you want to have a precise trim, if you want to make sure that you're retaining length and your ends are not splitting, then just go ahead every 10 weeks, okay? Go into a salon that you trust, right? Find a cosmetologist that you trust. Get a trim once every 10 weeks, and then get some roller sets. Do a flexi rise set. Look at this. So this is from inside the 7 day challenge. Again, listen, we gets busy in there. We gets busy. But look at this. Look at how her perm rise set turned out. Look at the big curly thick fro. If you guys love your natural curls, if you love the volume that you get from your natural curls, keep it, but give yourself a flexi rise set or a perm rise set. Stop just walking outside with your hair wet. Stop smothering and suffocating your hair. That's why it's so weak. That's why it's so brittle. That's why your hair breaks every time you comb it, because it's always packed full of product. This is something that you guys really, really have to think about, because it's so vitally important that you allow your hair shaft to breathe. Your hair only gets moisture from two places: the environment and from you drinking water. So if you are constantly packing your hair full of butters and oils, if you're constantly putting the oils on the scalp, I don't care how much or how long you've been using it. I'll always get women, especially older women, will comment like, I've been using it for 20 years. Well, guess what? The majority, about 50% of the women who book one-on-one consultations with me are between the ages of about 50 and about 75, because women that are in their 70s are still really interested in having healthy hair, and I get them to reverse their hair growth cycle too. And all of their practices prior to meeting with me was greasing and oiling the scalp, and they too swore by it, and nobody could get them to stop doing it until their follicles broke down. And sometimes it can take until about pushing 80 for you to go skin bald. So these are things that I want people to think about, and these are things that I try to get you to avoid long before you get to 80. So I really hope that this video has been informative, with you also being able to watch me cut her hair in this layered bob, or layered, like a blunt layered bob, because it's hard for them to be blunt and layered at the same time, but you know what I mean, like it's not an A line, right, same length all the way around. But she was so in love with her hair, and originally when I cut her hair, originally when I colored her hair for this haircut, right? Because she wanted it to have a very, very specific look, and this is the look that it had. When I was standing behind a chair, like I said, hair was an art form for me, so this is like a canvas. Like, I felt like Picasso this day. But yeah, I really want you guys to have confidence in yourself. I really want you guys to know that there is no secret code to having healthy hair. Now, when we are talking about secret codes to healthy hair, the secret code is learning your body's natural patterns. And when you do that, you can get results really fast. Again, today I'm giving you guys some results from inside the 7-day challenge. And I also am not just trying to get you to join, but I really want to highlight all of the beauties within the challenge who have really been doing the work, okay? It's scary at some parts because a lot of this information is so far left from the things that most people have been learning. Like, the 7-day challenge is really, really challenging for people because it is literally full of all of the things that Team Natural told you not to do, right? All of the things that you thought were bad, I'm telling you to do, and I'm challenging you to learn how to do them the right way. And within the 7-day challenge, they're learning how to do it the right way and seeing spots in their scalps that were bald before thickening up and hair growing in within weeks, not months, not years. And they're not having to slather their hair with product. They're actually decreasing the amount of products and all of that they're adding on their hair. So if you want to know a little bit more about it, or if you want to join the 7-day challenge, or if you are just really, really interested in learning the patterns of the human body, like I said, you have options. You can join the 7-day challenge where I have it all spelled out for you, Or you could just get you a pen and paper, get some tea from the apothecary, and just have a binge day, a binge week, maybe even a binge month, because I got a bunch of videos. But I really, really encourage you guys to go and learn the information for yourself. I am not trying to make you a follower of me. I need you to be a follower of the human body. I need you to know yourself better than anybody. I don't need you to put cosmetologists, me, or anybody on a pedestal, because nobody should know how to treat your hair better than you do. It makes no sense. Nobody loves you more than you love you. So why would anybody else know how to treat your hair better than you do? That makes no sense, right? When you go into a hair salon, it's supposed to be for maintenance, right? It's supposed to be to keep up with things, but it's never supposed to be the end all be all. You are the end all be all. So I really hope that, again, this video was informative. Leave me some comments below on your favorite part of this video, or the part of this video that was like, oh my god, that was so eye-opening. I never thought about it like that, right? So I love you guys. Thank you for sticking around, and until the next video, bye. Turn your post notifications on, and if you don't comment nothing else, can you comment and talk about how cute her hair is? Oh yeah, and I always get comments like this: oh my god, you talk so much. Well, guess what? I'm no longer behind the chair now. I'm behind a laptop and behind the microphone, and I like to talk. So if you click on my videos, you're gonna hear me jibber jabber, pitter patter, making the words scatter, baby. Yeah, I love you guys so much. Bye.